we think about it, what we thought about it, do we hate it, do we love it? We're gonna let you know. I am, of course, Laugh May, looking cute, looking clean, of course, looking sexy. And of course, I'm joined with the best on the mic in the Midwest, the one, the only Uniqo. Williams, how you doing today, Uniqo?
I'm doing good. I just need all my black folk to know that this is called Rise of the Beast. It is not called Beast Wars. I just want y'all to know that.
Fun,
I'm just
fun,
throwing it out
fun,
there.
fun fact: when I was looking it up to like put the description in on base what the movie's about, I did put Beast Wars, and it kept showing me 1996.
I'm just throwing it out there. That is not what this movie is called, black folk. I know we like to call stuff what we call it. It ain't. What? Oh,
Your mama
like,
call you Clay. I'ma call you Clay.
the name is Zelda. That's not Link. The game is called Zelda.
It's Star Trek, not Star Wars. That's a whole nother movie.
It's come on now.
You know, we got that Fast and that Furious 10. No, it's just Fast 10.
Fast 10. All right.
You know that Hobbs movie, Hobbs and Shaw. So, all
Shaw.
right. Fun fact about the intro, even though some reason my pause has been like 4 seconds delayed all of a sudden randomly when it go click. Not even think I misclick. But fun fact, y'all hear in the middle of that intro every time. I want y'all to start noticing this. You hear that old guy from Kid Credit Player in the middle. I'll put that in a specific. I don't think nobody ever noticed it. I hear
because
God right in the middle.
Never heard it. Didn't hear it just now.
Yeah, so this is a little fun fact. So I want y'all next time y'all come through. This is y'all task. Let me know in the comments if you hear "Oh God" right in the middle. It's a little fun Easter egg for y'all to search for.
Also, keep your eye out for Uniqo being a diva part 2.
I do need to update this. I need to update it. We got a lot more people to join the show since I did it. And like, Monte been on the show for a year and a half, and him and Tori still not on this. So I need to go ahead and add them. We're gonna make them do a skit and they're gonna join. But I know what y'all here for. Like, I want y'all to shut up and talk about Transformers Ride of the Beast. So we're gonna start off with the non spoiler, of course. So we're gonna put it on the screen. Non spoiler review. That's how Joe felt about this movie. He was excited. He's ready to tell y'all about this movie as we speak. I have never seen someone so excited. So we're gonna let him go with his excitement.
There's my new TikTok series, Uniqo versus Nature, part 1.
Shout
part
nature.
2 actually be part 2 because we already had Ratatouille. Well, but he wasn't a rat. It was just a field mouse. But whatever. Anyway, speaking of Beast.
We did not have Ratatouille in this movie or any rat form, but how did you feel about this movie?
We did not get what was his name? Rat he was the funny guy. He was Ratatron. Damn, I forgot his name. Rat Trap.
Something like that. All I know is they left. Somehow every Transformers movie they just add new Transformers. Like this dude ain't been in no movie. He just show up because they need him randomly. And I swear,
that was his name, Rat Trap. Yep.
And I swear, everybody in this movie, I promise, Optimus said all Autobots come here in every movie, and somehow in every movie we find 4 or 5 new Autobots we never seen before. Like, do they not come when you call them?
I'm just confused as to why does everybody keep choosing Earth? I don't understand.
They just like, hey, Earth is a cool planet. I like it.
Maybe I left too far from Cybertron. Did you? How far away is Cybertron?
Is this movie prequel to one of the other movies?
It is a prequel. So this movie takes place in 1994 in Brooklyn.
And it's a sequel to the one movie, and then it's a prequel to the other one. The order is so weird in this movie.
I'm about to actually go back and watch all of them because I did give up on this movie. But yeah, I mean, just quickly, like just basic premise is that Unicron needs this key so he can travel through space and time and eat everything. And he has this guy named Scourge that's going around trying to do this, and they go to Peru and do stuff and trying to stop Unicron from pulling up, and that's pretty much the premise of the movie.
How did you like it? What did you like about what you didn't like? What's non-spoiler review?
First and foremost, as I go into my Divas Day, first and foremost, I know what this show is about. You don't need to remind me that this is spoiler free. So it's right there on the thing, non-spoiler review. What, you think I'm not a professional?
You got look closer. You got to look closer.
So
don't worry for a minute. I'm leaving to go in on.
No, what I liked about the movie, I liked the primals when they got to be the primals. I like that. Very unexpected part of the movie, and I really did enjoy that. The other part that I enjoyed about the movie was like, let's keep the humans, like, I don't care. You gave me Shia LaBeouf. Oh my gosh, cars are turning into robots. Robots are turning into cars. You got Mark Wahlberg and Tyrese being in an army or something. I don't know. But this one, they kept it to, I came here to see Optimus Prime and their lore. If you watch the lore of the Transformers, it's actually very, very interesting. Y'all throw people in like Sam and stuff for the sake of it. You know what I'm saying? Just to have some kind of movie. Oh, we got Mark Wahlberg. We got Shia LaBeouf. We got Megan Fox. This one focused on the Transformers, and I was okay with that. And I just want to say, nice try with the Pete Davidson angle, but it fell flat to me.
Things I liked about the movie.
I'm gonna get his ass this time.
Action sequence was amazing. I did like the action sequence. You know, I thought parts was slow when they started fighting. Some things I didn't like. I didn't like the lack of primals during a lot of this movie because I was expecting Beast War, and I got like Transformers, just Transformers, and I'm like, oh, we don't meet them till later on. Okay, all right. I thought it was gonna be more relevant. I was gonna see them fight a little more and be serious outside, which is again my favorite part of the movie. Of course, is when they got serious and actually did their thing.
Yeah,
even though we did, but that's one thing I didn't like. It started off to me. It gave you the basic story. The story was kind of similar to all stories. Oh, this guy down on his luck, dude, who has a sick brother. I'm like how many movies have sick brothers and he got to find a way to make money. So he's doing something he didn't want to do. He couldn't find a job.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is so cliche. Like every movie has, like, why come he just can't be a dude who found a car and then it's all about them?
They already did that.
They did, but
they already did that. Now he has to be. Now you got to find somebody that's really down in their luck. If we can remember, Sam had a 2-story home in the suburbs. Everything was straight. He was just a kid that found a Camaro.
Then we had a farm. They had a farm that he was fixing cars in. His daughter found it. So,
man, why is Dom not in the Transformers series? I think
we might.
I feel like there should be a crossover.
Don't worry. We're gonna talk about that in a minute, but we might.
I feel like there should be a Dom appearance. You didn't take my Optimus Prime.
That's gonna be part 3 of Fast. See, part 3. That's the only way you can go up, Joe. Dom had Optimus got to be on the crown when he found it.
And I just want to throw this out there. There's this thing with Mirage that he can do with people. And if that's the next thing that happens in Fast X3 to where they win it all and this type of thing happens with Dom, I swear to God, I will burn that theater down.
Mirage is one of my favorite things about this movie as well. I absolutely loved Mirage. I felt like I liked him better than Bumblebee. That might be blasphemous. That might be a hot take, but I'd like him more than Bumblebee.
I'm not going to call it a hot take because nothing was really super duper.
I'm just talking about in general about Bumblebee. You know, he was the star of all the other movies.
No, everybody loves Bumblebee. They like, you know, he's the fun character or whatever. But you know, you have Pete Davidson to you know, offset that part of it. So I still, Bumblebee is just like, I'm just gonna give y'all movie references that work for what I need to say to y'all. I'm not that never moved me. I'm sorry, that never moved me.
What would you rate the movie before we go into spoilers?
I will give it an 8. I will give it an 8 easily. Just again based off of, even though it had very slow pacing, the end was worth it.
Very much. That fight scene is incredible. 7.5 for me. I give it a 7.5. It's a solid movie.
I mean, I if somebody says 7.5, I wouldn't argue. Thus, I am
Yeah.
not arguing with you
Yeah.
right now.
Like if it come on, let's say in a few years it come on, am I gonna actively watch it again? Nah. That's what my 7.8 is. I might consider watching it again. 7.5 is like if it came on USA Network and it's on after a basketball game, I'll watch it. Or like on TBS after like a college championship game, incidentally March Madness, it'll be on. This was pretty
When
good.
it's not Chronicle or Riddick, there's like, hey, throw in that Transformers, bro.
Yeah, I'll watch it. It's a solid movie. Ain't like, oh, turn the channel. It's like, I'll
You
watch the
might look
fight
at the
scene
screen, but more than likely you're gonna be scrolling Twitter the whole time the movie is on, or
until and then when it get to the fight scene, I'll watch it. I'm like, oh yeah, this is what I like. But that's
Yeah.
7.5. It wasn't like, oh my god, I want to go out and watch it, or oh, I see it on Disney Plus, I'll click it or something. It ain't that. But if it's on TV, I'll watch it. So that's a 7.5, 7 for me. So let's get into now for everybody that don't want that got y'all spoilers free review. It's time for the spoilers.
Okay. Yeah.
We got a G.I. Joe reference, Joe.
Yeah, that
we gonna get Fast 10 G.I. Joe Transformers.
I never thought in a million years that I would be looking at something called the Hasbro verse. So like look up any toys that were with Hasbro, because you got to remember a lot of these shows, they came out with the intent of selling toys, and Hasbro was the one that got the cash in the 80s and 90s. So Transformers, GI Joe, there's even Care Bears, I believe. But like, yeah, that I didn't know we'd have Hasbro verse. So here we are.
Yeah, so if you say we're gonna see Dom, he might show up. You know what I'm saying? It's cars. G.I. Joe here somehow. Snake Eyes versus Dom. Let's go. Who y'all got with it? That's what I'm saying.
It's yeah.
Shout out to Michael Kelly for being Agent Burt. You know what I'm saying? Michael Kelly always killed him the role. And they who did they switch out so many characters? I be forgetting it. That's what I hate about G.I. Joe series. Like, didn't they switch out the Rock, his roadblock with somebody else?
Well, see, so Snake Eyes did such a terrible job, got terrible numbers and terrible reviews.
Grace Randolph told me that movie was amazing. She lied to me. That movie was awful.
Yeah.
That was an awful movie.
Okay, so I'm looking through some of these, some of the Hasbro stuff that they did back in the day. I think we're okay as far as crossovers go, because it looks like the only thing that has to do with action is G.I. Joe and Transformers. And then everything else is like My Little Pony and stuff like that.
Ooh, My Little Pony crossover.
If there is a My Little Pony crossover, I will shit a brick.
I need to see Shia LaBeouf on a My Little Pony.
Baby Alive.
I need to see Shia LaBeouf on My Little Pony. That's what we need. Other spoilers from the movie.
Yeah.
Bumblebee.
That with Marvel, by the way.
Ooh. Optimus Prime versus Kane.
They made Frozen. Oh, Fortnite. They might get some Fortnite action going.
Oh yeah, they got a Fortnite collab right now.
Harry Potter.
What else interesting happened in the movie? Bumblebee basically died, and then he came back and had probably one of the coolest scenes he ever had. And I'm like, hold up, how did? But then I got confused because then it seemed like they nerfed Scourge, like just so they can win.
Yeah, because he was whooping their asses, everyone.
Bro, he was like 4v1 and like, yo, I'm bored. Can we get a real fight? And he beat all four of them, and nothing changed in between that time. I thought it was gonna be like Optimus Primal was gonna help Optimus Prime in like some weird fusion or something, or they were gonna tag team him. No, Optimus like, I got you, dog. I got you. Me and this the human. He gonna help me a little bit, but then I got you 1-on-1, and then Like, bro, in the beginning of the movie, Optimus Prime was like, "What in the world are you, dog?" And my boy Scourge was like, "Oh, when you inferior, I like this when you inferior." And then the other person like, "Oh, yeah, can we get some competition?" And then all of a sudden, they had like 1,000 helpers and got owned. And I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, yeah. You got Ultron from whatever dimension, time, and area of the universe that he's in, and he's like, "Oh, it's a portal. Let me drop stuff down." But like they was soloing as those three. They was soloing the Autobots. They solo Scourge solo the original Primal. So there's that.
Easy, like it wasn't even hard. You're like,
Oh,
oh,
that distraction was trash. Like he got stabbed in the side and it was over with. And let me
Bumblebee,
take your
like
badge.
Bumblebee got owned, and then he came back and just whooped everybody. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
unless they say you got a power boost or something from that. That's the only. By the way, if they said he had a power boost, I believe it because he did have like he died and then he got like the energy chrome, energy chrome, and then he got
Mountain
power back.
like mountains worth of that energy.
Yeah, so you could explain that to me, but I don't know how Optimus got that buff.
Yeah, like none of that made sense. But that's why in my
It
reels
was
and
cool.
my reels and my TikToks, they are when I reviewed this movie with the quick TikTok, it was people come to try and find a key. They don't know where it's at, but they arrive when it activates because they're supposed to be in another time and space too, but whatever. But why did that happen? Because Bumblebee came back to life because Scourge got nerfed
He got
because
nerfed. He got nerfed.
what else? Guy says a human being that can't even get a job, he decides that he's going to put the safety of this world on his back, and he's like, it's either our world or theirs.
And then he
What?
didn't do it.
Because and
Optimus,
everything they didn't want to happen happened. Like that
like,
was so.
they blew it up at the end anyway. I'm like, why didn't y'all just do it earlier?
All we
Because
had to do
Optimus
was
was
do
sad.
it. All we had to do was do it earlier. That was the outcome. What you were trying to stop from happening happened, and all you did was just took the harder path.
Yeah, I just made it hard. Oh, because Optimus looked sad because he wanted to go home.
All right, we'll let you go. And then,
by the way, that is one thing I hate about this
female
movie.
that doesn't belong in this movie whatsoever. Like her personality did not fit this movie whatsoever. Yeah. The jokes fell flat when she tried them. I'm never leaving Brooklyn again. You still giving me what's that girl name from that movie we was watching? About that girl that be singing and stuff like that.
Are you talking about that Beyonce movie? Joe froze again. So Joe froze again. But yeah, basically what happened is they got nerfed. And then they did whatever they did. I don't know what's wrong with this. There you go. You back. You're back.
Okay. So at any rate, what ended up happening, like that girl, she just didn't fit in this movie.
All right, Joe internet is gone. But I get what he's saying. He said she didn't fit because she didn't seem like her. She was basically the character in which they needed to find the codes, and then when they find the codes, they were going and basically. I'm trying to think. She needed to find the code. She was an archaeologist. Her boss was a jerk. She didn't know nothing, so she used her to go get the job.
Talk about Transformers.
And then, basically, that's her job was. Her job was to. She had no purpose. She was just there to like do a plot device. She was a whole plot device, and just her role at the end was to walk away and go run into the thing and get the key and then put the code in. That was her whole role in the movie. Her whole role was, I'm here to put the code in. Because basically all she did was get kidnapped, and she just found the secrets in the codes. So she just found the secrets in the codes. You're back.
I don't know what's going on, y'all. I really don't.
StreamYard hates you right now. That's all.
I don't know. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 full bars, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, that chick, yeah, she just didn't belong in that movie. Is what I'm trying to say.
I was
That's
trying to
all I'm trying
explain
to
it, but
say.
it was kind of hard because her role was weird. It was like, oh, she just here to put the codes in.
We need her for this one thing because
And then somehow she did the most dangerous thing for a girl that never did nothing athletic in her life. Like she jumped on the side of lava, and I'm like, why are you so brave all of a sudden?
I mean, I could tell from the way she was running, she's not the most athletic person
Like
ever. Like
that run stayed from the other movie, Joe. Joe, she ran that way in what's that Beehive movie she was in, Swarm. She ran the
yeah,
same
Swarm.
way.
Okay, yeah, finally
she
Swarm. That's what I'm
she
thinking.
never changed her run, Joe.
Yeah,
She never changes her run.
yeah.
Ever.
And she's always going to be chill. Her best acting in that was when she had to yell on the airplane because they couldn't really hear because they was on the old ass airplane. That was her best acting part where I could actually feel her as a person. Like she was, yeah, I like that. She had to yell. She had to put it out there.
I don't blame the actress because I just felt like that character was just unnecessary.
I think there could have been a more interesting, but it was, but like I said,
Like
it
the
was
character
cool.
was just there to be a plot device. Just to
Yeah, that's what she was. She was 100% just a plot
like,
device.
did they really have to have her put the code together, or could they just blow it up?
Just blow it up because you put the code in and then now you can't do shit with it.
Yeah,
What?
like
Y'all did all that for this? She could have stayed.
What I'm saying, she was there to put the code in, and then they didn't put the code in, so she was just there just to figure out how to get there. I'm like, and then all of them which to find out where something was located. It wasn't even like she found it. They just happened to run into the woods, and then they were like, "What are you doing here?" And I'm like,
and then this what didn't make sense either. If you could figure it out, then we know that the whatever cons can figure it out. The Terracons,
all they did was follow y'all. They didn't figure it out, and they were like, "Oh, when they find it, we'll get it." Like that's all they did was follow. Like if y'all never looked for it, they would have never found it.
Yeah, right. Like, I mean, it could have caused destruction on Earth, and I think that the United States government would have handled that, I guess. But I mean, they
came out that way.
But all I'm saying is, at this point, it's like,
bro, they was sitting on the roof looking at them like, "Yo, where they going? Okay, let's follow them. Let's see what they doing. Oh, they found it. Let's roll out."
If you can find
Joe going out again, but yeah, that's basically what they did. They was like they went and I don't know what's wrong. But basically what they did was they was just sitting there saying, if you find it, he's saying they were like, if they can find it, they the Terracons can find it. Terracons couldn't find it. Let's just be honest. Terracons had no clue on where it's going. They just followed them and like, oh, they're gonna do all the work for us because they had no scouter. They had no one that can scout. They had nothing like that. They had no impact on none of that. It was a pointless thing. So I get what Joe's saying. The girl from Swarm, I think she did a good job for her role, but the role was totally unnecessary. You kind of felt it throughout the movie. You kind of felt like she was just a plot device to get in. So I understand what you're talking about on that. The worst part of the movie is the nerve of Scourge because you can kind of feel it in the movie. So this is my worst part of the movie. If you watch the movie, Scourge is essentially the worst part. His nerve is the worst part to me by far because it was so confusing how he was so dominant and then he couldn't dominate no more. Like it was like, oh, we own you now because of friendship, family. I'm gonna own you. And he like throughout the movie, he kept getting nerfed. Like at first he was super dominant, and then he was dominant, and then he was like, oh, we even, and then he was like, oh, I need call in reinforcements. What? You went from I can beat all three of y'all by myself to all of a sudden I need reinforcements. That was my biggest gripe about the movie. I'm gonna see if Joe had one more scene when he tried to figure it out, but that was my biggest gripe with the movie. Was the Scourge nerfing? I like the G.I. Joe thing. Kind of got me interested because I love G.I. Joe, despite how many bad movies they make. I'm probably gonna go watch G.I. Joe, despite all this, because Snake Eyes was such a disappointment. Grace Randolph lied to me, but let's see. I'm trying to see if Joe come back for one last thought. Anything else important happened in the movie? The acting was relatively okay. The little boy was probably the best actor in the movie. His brother, Sam, he was by far probably the best actor in the movie. He did his role very well. Chris Hemsworth did okay as Optimus Prime. I also didn't like Optimus Prime. He was so weird in this movie. Like they made him weird. They try to make him like a guilty person, even though I'm like, is that really his? They put him as Big Brother, which we already had a movie where he wasn't Big Brother, where he already learned his lesson about humans. So it felt like it was forced a little bit to fit in the movie. I don't know if I liked it. I don't know if I liked the forcing of Optimus Prime to fit this character when this is a sequel to another movie. If this was a prequel, just a prequel and not a sequel to one of the other movies, I would have been like, okay. But he was like, I know you had a friend. He told Bumblebee, they was all my friends. And he was like, I know one, you trusted one human. I know you trusted one. So I'm very interested in y'all thoughts. Like and subscribe, do all that stuff. This is our spoiler review. Remember up there, get that merch. You see that merch link right there? So just get that merch. Let's see what else we got. Remember to like and subscribe. As my boy Joe says, it is Baller Friday. Remember to stay warm. Do what you got to do. Enjoy yourself. I don't know if Joe's coming back, so we might do our outro. Shout out to Uniqo Williams, uniqowilliams.com if he don't come back. So that's him. Go hit that site. Me, you can find me at, let me take this merch link out. You can also tip here, give you a little quick tip to it. You can find me at Overall 99 Media. You can also find me at where is it? Where my link is? I'll be that. Let's put it a little. I'll be that news. So you can find me on all that stuff, man. We enjoying ourselves, having a good time. Thank y'all for the review, even though we had problems. And even though we had all the problems and issues with the show today and restream and everything, we kicking out our stuff. So I do appreciate y'all. You know what I mean? And remember, you might not know who we are. See if Joe come back real quick. But until then, it's...
Who are these niggas?